Good morning, students. Welcome back in your YouTube channel Attri Academy. We are here with the third part of your class 8th science subjects first chapter, the crop production and the management. In the first two parts, we have studied about what are crops, the type of the crops, and the different activities which are performed by the farmers to take the yield of the crop. In the prior two videos, we have studied preparation of the soil and the sowing of the seed, and the next is manuring, and the fourth activity that is irrigation. Now it is the fifth activity we will today discuss in the third part of the video. The fifth activity, the fifth method of farming is protection from the weeds. So let me start the third part of the video. What is weed? Sometimes some unwanted plants are grown with the main crop in the field. These are called weeds. Take example, you just sow wheat crop, and in the wheat field many other plants other than the wheat plants are grown naturally, which you never wanted to grow. You have not sowed the seed of that plants. These unwanted plants which grow naturally along with the main crop are known as weeds. How is weed harmful to the main crops? It is said the weed is harmful for the main crop. Let me discuss why it is. Because these weeds, they compete for water and nutrients, light and space with the main crop plants, which affects the main crops and decreases the production. Thus weed is harmful for the main crop. See here, for the proper and full growth, a plant need a particular amount of nutrient, particular amount of water, and a particular space to spread and grow, and sufficient sunlight. But if the weeds is grown in that particular space where the plant of the main crop is grown, then some of its water, some of its nutrients, and some of its space will be shared by the weed as well, and it will also share the light reaching to that plant. So there will be a competition. The sharing of the nutrients and the sharing of the solar light, solar energy will decrease the growth of the main crop. So weeding is harmful this way. Now there's another question. What is weeding? What is weeding? Weeding is to cut or uproot the weeds with the hands or with the help of agricultural tools. When a farmer observes the weeds are there in the farm, he takes uproot them manually, and deroot them. And when the weeds are grown in large amount, and in that case the farmer cut it very near from the ground. These are the two very common methods, and these methods are called weeding. So there is another question. What is the best time for the removal of the weeds? Weeds, these are the natural plant which grow naturally with the main crop. We can take precaution not to grow them, or if they grow, we need to remove them timely. Then what is the time to remove them? Let I tell you one thing. Because there is a cycle of every plant. When a plant it grows with the time. When its growth is full, it starts bearing flowers, and after flowering it starts it bears fruits and seeds, and these seeds and fruits these fruits or these seeds, they ensure the next generation. So take notice of this factor. So if the weed is there, we need to remove the weed, we need to uproot and destroy the weed before it starts bearing flowering and seeds. Before it starts flowering and seeds, because once the plant of the weed, it starts having flower, and then it develops seed, and after developing the seed, if you remove it, the seed, there is a possibility the seed of the weed will be splattered or will be sprinkled in the soil in the farm, and after having the favorable condition, the seed of the weed will germinate again. So it is best before they ripe, before they develop flower or seed, should be removed or should be cut. But it is never possible for the farmers who grow crops over a wide area. When they have a very big farm, they cannot do it manually. They cannot manually deroot or cut the weeds. So the science has developed many such chemicals. These chemicals are called weedicides or weed killer. So it's a question, what are weedicides and or weed killer? The chemical substances by the help of which weeds are destroyed are called weedicides, and the example of these weedicides are 2,4-D and vaseline. When removing of the weed manually is not possible, in that case some chemicals are used to destroy them. These chemical substances are known as weedicides or weed killer, and the two major examples are 2,4-D. This 2,4-D, it is used for the broad leaf weeds, those weeds which have broad leaf and are dicot in nature. They are dicot. If the weed is dicot, then 2,4-D is the weedicide which is used, and in case if the weed is monocot, then vaseline is used. What are dicot and what are monocot, we will discuss in some other videos, but simply you take a small reference I give you. You must have seen a wheat seed and a gram seed. If you notice them, they are covered by a coat. When a coat of the gram seed is removed, you will notice that it can easily divide into two equal parts. If there are such seeds which can be equally divided, it is not a definition, I am just trying to give a very simple recognition. The seed which can be splitted into two equal halves after removing of the seed coat are dicot seeds, and those seeds which are made up of the single piece, cannot be divided into two parts, are called monocot. Wheat is the example of monocot. You cannot divide it into two equal halves. So these are the weeds we were discussing about. Now what precautions should the farmer take while using the weedicides, these chemicals 2,4-D or vaseline? The chemicals which are sprayed on the weed to destroy them, they are naturally some poison or some harmful chemicals. So to use them, it is very necessary to take care, because taking precaution and taking care of their use, how to use them, it is very, very essential. So, what precautions should the farmer take? The farmer should keep their mouth and eyes well covered, because these weedicides, they are the poison, and they are poisonous in nature, and when they come in the contact of mouth and eyes, they can harm us. They can cause vomiting, and other side effect can sometime be fatal for us. Another is that while using the weed destroyer or weedicides, and the spraying of the weedicide, the spray should be done as per wind's direction. You know, when a farmer he sprays this chemical on the crop, he should take care of the direction of the flow of the wind. He should not use this weedicide spray opposite in the direction. He should be in the direction of the air, so that the spray can be done easily and without its effect, without its exposure on the body. Now the next question, what is harvesting? After these activities, I again summarize, recall again. The first process was the preparation of the soil. The second activity was the sowing of the seed. The third activity was the manuring. The fourth the fourth method was the irrigation method, and the fifth was the protection from the weeds. Now it is the sixth method, it is harvesting. After a particular period of the time, the crop is ripened, and when and the cutting of the ripened crop is called harvesting. For harvesting, the plant is uprooted or cut from close to the ground, and the simple tools are used to harvest by hands, and these tools are called darati. We mostly hail from the rustic area, from the village. We have seen there is a tool, very simple tool, which is darati, and as here the picture you see, it is a ripened crop of wheat, and the four person are, we can see here, 4 or 5 person are here, 4 person are here. They are and they are cutting this ripened crop of the wheat with the help of a darati. So what is harvesting? Harvesting is the cutting of the ripened crop. Now there is another question, how long does it take for the crop to ripen? The harvest takes it varies according to the nature of the crop. Say for example, the sugar cane, it takes 1.5 years or sometimes 2 or more years to grow properly, and there are some crops which take just a month or 2 months, but majority of the crops, they usually take 3 to 4 months to ripe. For example, you can take example of the wheat, the common crops which are grown, they usually take 3 to 4 months. There is another question, what is harvester? What is a harvester? Harvesting is the cutting of the ripened crop. So what is harvester? Harvester as the name suggests, it is a machine by which the ripened crop are harvested. Take a look in this picture, a man is taking a harvester. It is a machine by the help of which he can easily cut the ripened crop. From here, see, these are the plant of the crops which are cut and are properly in a sequence, are laid down on the earth, and it is cutting the crop, standing crop here. So it's very useful for the farmer, takes very less time for harvesting the crop. Now what is threshing? The threshing is the process of the separation of the grains of a crop from the straw of the crop. You know, in this picture, take a look, these farmers, they are threshing. What they are threshing? They are threshing paddy means rice, dhan. The paddy plants, they bear their grains of the paddy, and when the plants are beaten on a hard surface, these paddy, they are separated. So this separation of the grains of crop from the straw of the crop is known as a threshing. I hope you have understood it. Now there is another question. What is thresher? Thresher is a machine to separate the grains from the straw. The science has made the agricultural activity very easy. It is a machine which is so designed that it can separate a huge amount of the grains from the straw in a very less time. This machine is called thresher. Now it is combination. What is combine? You must have seen. Take a look of this picture. It is a machine we mostly see on the roads. This machine is a combination of the harvester and the thresher. It performs two works. It cuts the crop, and after cutting the crop, after harvesting the ripened crop, it separates the grain of the crop from the straw. It is a modern agricultural machine in which both harvesting and threshing are done simultaneously. This machine is called combine. What is winnowing? Then there is another process in the agriculture, winnowing. The separation of the grains from the grain it is written twice, misprinting. The separating of the grains from the straw or the chaff of the crop, it is called winnowing. You must have seen sometimes at your home your mother she grind the wheat grains for making them flour. She she performs winnowing. What does she take? She take a table fan or a cooler or blower or any such arrangement which blows air with pressure, and she falls the grains to the before मीन्स आपने देखा होगा जब आपकी माँ गेहूं का आटा पिसवाने के लिए जाती है तो वो पंखे के सामने क्या है, गेहूं को बरसाती है। तो गेहूं में जो किसी भी तरह से बची हुई जो स्ट्रॉ हैं, जो डंडियाँ हैं, छोटे मोटे जो भूसा है, वो पंखे के हवा के झोंके के साथ हल्का होने के कारण दूर उड़ जाता है, और जो हमारा गेहूं है वो भारी होने का नीचे हो जाता है। इस प्रकार हमारा गेहूं बिल्कुल साफ़ हो जाता है और इस प्रकार इसको पिसाई के लिए तैयार किया जाता है। यही क्रिया विनोइंग कहलाती है। एंड द सेपरेटिंग ऑफ द ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम द स्ट्रॉ और द चॉफ इज कॉल्ड विनोइंग। एंड देन what is harvesting festival? In India, many festivals are celebrated at the time of the harvesting. These are called harvesting festival, and their Pongal, Baisakhi, Holi, Diwali, Navia and Bihu. These are the festival. When we have efforts for anything, for any achievement, and we have a long journey, and after a long journey when we reach to the goal, then a feel of the festivity it arises in us. And same is here. After so many activities, the crop is ready to be harvested. It is full of yield, but just it is needed to be harvested, and so this time it is like the festival. And you must have observed during Holi, it is the time when we harvest wheat crop and some other crops. Similarly, in India, there are many festivals like Pongal, Baisakhi, Diwali, Nabia, and Bihu, which are the festivals during the at the time of the harvesting. Now the video is going very long. We will be back again with the same chapter in the fourth part, and in the fourth part we will discuss the rest of the activity, the last method of farming, which is storage, and then the question answer of the textbook. And thank you for watching the video. I request all the viewers to subscribe the channel, go to your mobile YouTube app, sign in or log in the YouTube app, and then search for Attri Academy. And when you search Attri Academy, you will find there a red button of subscribe. Press this subscribe button and the channel will be subscribed to you, and then a bell icon will appear on the right side. Also press this bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the further videos which will be uploaded on the channel. And I point out one thing more: every video will have a link in its description box having the PDF file of that video, so you can go in the description box and can freely download that PDF file to make your study easy. We will be back again in the fourth part of the video of the same chapter. Till then, have good luck, prepare best, watch the video carefully, and if you have some doubts and some queries and some suggestion, you feel free to write them in comment box, and I will surely try my best to give the answer to all your questions that you will write in the comment box. Thank you very much for watching the channel.